and welcome back to Meredith Making Magic. In this video, I will be showing you how to create pressed flower lanterns inspired by Tangled. This is the perfect activity to do at any themed Tangled movie night or event. It is also the perfect decoration to add a little bit of Tangled magic to your home decor or themed parties. So let's get crafting. Flowers and lanterns are some of the most iconic imagery from the movie Tangled. I decided to make floral lanterns using pressed flowers and baby food jars. I saved several glass jars for my daughter's baby food and thought this was the perfect craft project to use them for. To remove the sticky residue from the labels, I mixed together baking soda and oil. Any oil you have on hand, like vegetable oil, will work. You want to create a thick paste with your mixture and then rub it all over the residue on your jars. I like to let mine sit for 5 to 10 minutes before going in and scrubbing it off with hot water. It helps to use a sponge or a washcloth to really scrub that residue off the glass. You may notice the glass I'm working on is tinted yellow. If you are interested in doing this step, I will go into that later in the video, but it is completely optional and you can apply your flowers to plain glass and it looks very pretty as well. It also doesn't matter if you decide to tint your glass first or apply your flowers first. Adding the flowers to these lanterns is super fun and easy. I like to first decide on the color or design I'm going for the lantern, and then I figure out which flowers I want and where I want them to be placed, and then I will add a little bit of Mod Podge. Where I want to apply one flower, I will do a coat of Mod Podge underneath, I will apply the flower, and then I will do a little bit of Mod Podge on top just to seal all the edges down and make sure it is securely on the glass. I add each of my flowers, working my way around the glass, and once I have added all the flowers, I will do a coat of Mod Podge over the entire glass design, covering every flower just to make sure everything is in place. And the Mod Podge also kind of gives a nice kind of milky, glossy glass look to the lanterns, which I think is really pretty. Pressed flowers are really delicate and you don't want to break them when you're trying to apply them to your glass, so it helps to have some type of tool like tweezers to help pick up the flowers delicately and place them on your design. While I was working on these lanterns, I couldn't find my tweezers, but for future lanterns I did use the tweezers and they were super helpful. I got all of my pressed flowers from Temu. You can also order pressed flowers from Amazon if you are on more of a time crunch. I just liked how ordering them from Temu, I could really individually order the different colors that I want, and the assorted packages on Amazon had colors that I didn't think I would use. Because I was doing a Tangled theme, I picked a lot of pink, purple, white, and yellow flowers, and I think they looked really beautiful together. And I was able to create a lot of different lantern designs with this selection of flowers. I also recommend ordering a set of greenery leaves if your set of flowers doesn't come with these elements. The greenery is a nice detail to add depth and dimension to your lanterns, and I found I really enjoyed adding them to my designs. These Tangled inspired lanterns are not only a beautiful decor piece that you can add to your party decorations or to add a little bit of magic to your home decor, but it is also a great party activity. I made a few of these lanterns to use as decor at my party, but I also got extra supplies so that at my Tangled tea party I could sit down with my friends and watch Tangled while we assembled our own floral Tangled lanterns, and it was the perfect activity. Anyone could do it, and it was so fun to do this while watching Tangled. I will share some clips of my birthday party and how I set up the table for my guests to be able to do this craft, and also how I use these lanterns as decor elements at my party. If you want to tint your glass lanterns, you will only need 3 things: water, Mod Podge, and food coloring. I used a gel-based food coloring because it's more concentrated than a water-based food coloring. Add water to your Mod Podge until it reaches a nice pourable consistency, and then add a few drops of food coloring. The more food coloring you add, the darker your glass will be tinted. I wanted a really light yellow tint, so I only did a few drops of food coloring. You can always play around with this to get the desired tint that you're looking for. I then poured my mixture into my glass jars and rolled it around, pouring it out as I went. This allowed me to get a nice even coat around the entire inside of the jar without having any brush strokes. I let them dry upside down for a few minutes, then I flipped them over. As the glue dries, they will become clearer and less milky. I sped up this process by putting mine in the oven at the lowest temperature and kept a close eye on them. The tinting is optional, but I think it helps create a really pretty warm glow, and I also think it's a nice background color to the flowers. For my birthday party, I let my guests add flowers to regular glass, non-tinted. It was just a lot easier, and they still turned out beautifully. This was just the most perfect way to sit and watch Tangled, and I highly recommend this activity if you have a Tangled themed movie night or Tangled themed event. This is just the perfect activity that anyone can participate in. Each of my friends got to make 2 lanterns, and it was so special that they each got to go home with their own customized Tangled lantern as a favor from the party. This is how I styled my lanterns at my Tangled themed tea party. I also used them at my daughter's first birthday party, which was also Tangled themed. Our birthdays are 2 weeks apart, so I just reused the themes. I love the subtle touch of Tangled these lanterns brought to the tables at my party. If you loved this video doing Rapunzel inspired crafts, please check out my playlist. I have an entire collection of Rapunzel inspired crafts and DIYs that I used at my Tangled tea party and at my daughter's first birthday party. So if you're looking for some more Rapunzel and Tangled inspiration to use at your own parties and events, please check those playlists out. Until next time, keep making magic.